Welcome to class. We're going to be kind to our eyes again today and do some eye yoga. Let's begin in a seated position. We'll be here briefly before extending along the mat. So take a comfortable seat wherever you'd like, even on a chair is fine. And inhale and exhale. That's simple. Take the hands to the thighs whether you're kneeling or in cross-legged, allowing the pelvis to spill forward so that you allow that natural, graceful curve in the low back. Inhale and exhale, and notice if you lengthen that exhale, maybe the shoulders roll away from your ears a little more. Allow the breath to be your tour guide to the body, noticing the places where the body's holding or where there might be some discomfort, and noticing the areas of the body where there is comfort and ease. And then noticing perhaps if you can have those places that are holding and the places that are not holding meet somewhere in the middle with your energy. Take the space around you with your eyes and a gaze that transforms your space into your yoga sanctuary. Feel free to close the eyes so you can take that inward eye to the body and the breath, noticing the shape of the breath, its effect on your muscles. Maybe with your inhale, you rise up a little more towards the sky, and with your exhale, traveling down to those sits bones and feeling the earth beneath you. As you continue the breath, we're going to just take a little eye exercise here. So you could actually open the eyes and just join me in this eye yoga, which is blinking for 10 seconds, just blinking faster than normal for 10 seconds, just looking straight ahead. Start now. And then close the eyes. Rest your eyes. We'll do this 2 more times. Open the eyes, and then just blink a lot for 10 seconds. And close the eyes. Restore your eyes to a comfort place as you inhale and exhale. Then open the eyes again and try that again. 10 seconds blinking. And then close the eyes. This time as you close the eyes, and next time you inhale, lift the chin up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, bring the chin down towards the collarbones, keeping the sternum nice and high. And then inhale, bring the chin up. And exhale, bring the chin down. So follow the path of your breath with the chin up and chin down, gently extending through the neck and flexing the neck. Only go up as high as is comfortable for you. So we're just nodding. So we can also translate this nod to that positive saying yes. This can be a soft nod and also a figurative nodding to whatever you'd like to invite in to your practice. to your body, whether you want to transform discomfort to comfort or stress to relaxation. One more nod here. Exhaling completely, allowing the chin to drop towards the heart and flutter the eyes open, looking down at your heart. Inhale and exhale, just see if those shoulders drop a little more away from the center line. Keeping that back of the neck nice and long, and then inhale, look up, look over to one side, and look over to the other side. Look forward, take your right hand to your left shoulder and gently pull downward on that shoulder and a little towards the back. So we're opening up our shoulder. Feel free to take that palm forward on the left hand and take the right ear toward the right shoulder. Exhale. And then release your right hand and help that head back up. Left hand to left shoulder, extend, let's lengthen that trapezius down towards the shoulder and then the shoulder slightly back towards the back body. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Inhale and full exhale. See what you can release there on that right side. Take the left hand to left ear and lift it on up. Feel that freedom and then recline along the mat. If you would like to join me in really unrounding yourself, you can take the blanket and roll it up a little, maybe in this much of a narrow way, or you can even really roll it up so that it traces the line of your spine along the mat. If you like something under your head, you can also do that. But if you have it low enough, it doesn't have to be an extreme neck flexion there. So you can take your seat at the base of your blanket, take the hands behind you, and let's just take a nice spa recline here. Take the hand to the back of the head and help yourself so that depending on your height, your head might end up on the edge of the blanket or on the blanket. So adjust accordingly so that your low back is comfortable and your head is comfortable. Let's just make ourselves having a restorative experience here. So it should feel great. Feel the back of the skull, and we're just having that nice connection with the back body here. Inhale and exhale. As you exhale, release the muscles of your back body, and those are some gigantic muscles. So let's just take the time to fully inhale and exhale and say yes to this releasing of the back body. The shoulders will roll away from the sternum, the palms up towards the sky. Take the feet to the floor. You can bend the knees and just feel like there's less pressure on your back to work to stay up. And now as we look up at our sky, just imagine stargazing, a nice soft blue sky. Nothing too bright, but we're admiring the stars, that soft gaze. And from here, you can keep the head still as you take an eye rotation. Feel free to close the eyes here or open the eyes, but you're going to take a circular rotation with your vision to the left and then down and around. Like I said, if this makes you uncomfortable with the eyes open, dizzy or something, you can close the eyes. And notice which parts of that circle of the eyes feels a little more strained than others. And when you're ready, you can change the direction of the circle. So go over towards the right and continue your path of breath here. Just noticing, you're noticing those muscles working. So those muscles are working so hard for us all the time. And yoga can really give a nice little break to bring less strain to the eyes. Let's take that gaze, either eyes closed or open, to neutral. And let's take our palms and rub them together and do the lovely palming of the eyes, which is a great gift to our eyes. So rub the hands until you feel that lovely warmth and friction. And then place the palms over the closed eyes just for a few moments here, 3 breaths. Lengthen the exhale so it's a little longer beat than your inhale. And let your eyes know they can release back into the muscles just down towards the floor. For a little vacation. And then release the arms back to the floor, palms up towards the sky with bent elbows. If you have enough space around you to have the T arms, you can do that. We're going to do some snow angels here since our chest is lifted and our shoulders are rolled back. So if you have space around you, you can keep the arms long as you reach up above the crown of your head. Inhale and exhale. Let's just draw those snow angels. We'll call them sand angels since it's summertime. And let's draw those wings around us. You can keep the elbows bent if you have not as much space, and you can bring those elbows towards the ribs. So we're exhaling as they come towards the base of our spine and inhaling as we reach up. So what we're doing is unrounding the spine and allowing the rotation of the shoulders with that open feeling across the chest, which is really a therapeutic way to stretch and strengthen those bigger muscles of the back. This is a great one to do daily. And one more time. One more sand angel. Excellent. Let's roll onto the side. As we come onto our bellies, move the blanket aside. And we're going to take another little trip to the darkness here as we come down to the mat. Take the tops of the feet to the mat, thighs, shins, belly, and bring the forehead down to the mat. Bend the elbows, take the arms beside the head, and just take the third eye down to the mat. Big inhale down to the toes. Then a big exhale, releasing through the third eye any of the mental strain that you might have been carrying that you want to let go of. And feel free here to bring an image into your mind of something absolutely breathtakingly gorgeous. Bring that beauty into the body through the breath. Invite all the colors and the breathtaking beauty right down to your toes. And exhale out whatever you don't need. And then we'll take our forehead and just massage the forehead along the floor, rolling the head gently side to side, excuse me. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Take that back to a neutral. Just inhale and exhale here. Open the eyes and take your arms out to a T here. So reach fingertips to fingertips, and then take the thumbs, hitchhiking thumbs up towards the sky. So you feel that opening, roll the shoulders away from the ears. And then you're going to lift the head off the mat. Inhale, press the tops of the feet into the mat and lift the arms off the mat. And just lift the thumbs up towards the sky and then down a couple of inches up and a couple of inches down, holding, pointing the tailbone down. So you're activating some stronger back muscles here. Exhale down. Take those palms down to the floor. Now we'll convert this into a spider cobra. So take the fingertips to the floor, elbows to the sky, and just feel that right angle of your arms and press the fingertips into the mat. Before we go up with the head, we're going to pull the fingertips down towards the base of the mat and press the tops of the feet into the mat. Inhale, lengthen the spine towards the crown of the head and lift the head off the mat and press down on the tops of the feet. Then allow the shoulder blades to come closer together, and then we'll exhale down. So we'll do 2 more lifts here into spider cobra. You have a little heart hammock here in the middle. So the heart is able to just melt a little towards the floor. Beautiful. Take the hands next to the shoulders, and we'll take elbows next to the ribs, pulling back with the hands. We're going to lengthen even more and do 3 baby cobras. Really pointing that tailbone towards the heels. Remember that cue there, so you can strengthen and yet soften in the low back. Exhale down. And one more time. And now let's get ready to strengthen a little more as we lift the head off the mat and bring the forearms forward. So we're moving into our Sphinx arms. This is another pose where the gaze is very important. So we're going to take the hands down. You can take the hands into prayer below your face, pressing the arms together. Pressing the hands together really activates the arm muscles. So you can try that out. Or you can take those Sphinx hands down and just place the palms down. But what we're going to do is look down first at the floor, so lengthen through the back of the neck, and while you're activating that pointing of the tailbone towards the heels. If this hurts your low back, come lower down, lower your face down towards the mat. And with those eyes of your heart, you're going to look forward first. So the eyes of the heart are really gazing forward towards the top of the mat, and then unfold slowly so that your eyes gaze forward and your third eye. Again, stay diagonal if you feel this is uncomfortable at all for your low back. Inhale, exhale, roll the shoulders away from the ears, look slightly to your right, and look slightly to your left. I always imagine that Egyptian Sphinx looking right and left, and it was kind of a funny animated picture. Look to the right and the left again, and then ease yourself down through a neutral gaze down to the floor. Reach the arms long on the mat, and then lift up off the mat, head and arms and legs, strengthening here. Exhale down. Really use the lengthening effect. Since we've gone into that arch in our Sphinx, we want to make sure we alter that with lengthening. Inhale up, hold, lengthen the back of the neck, and then down, release. And then lift up one more time, and down. Now bend the knees so that the soles of the feet come towards the sky. So if you have me, you can watch me up here. Just keeping my legs evenly bent here. And then we're going to reach the arms back before we lift the head. Just to see if you can reach your fingertips towards your heels. You don't have to touch them at this point. Just reach so you feel a broadening across the collarbones. And then lift the head off the mat. This is modified bow pose. Inhale, fill the back body with breath. Exhale, gaze soft towards the front of the mat. May not find your heels today, that's fine. And come on down, lengthen, arms next to ears, feet on the mat. Beautiful. Let's try for our forearm plank today, pulling ourselves into that full body strengthening. Let's come on up towards our Sphinx arms and take the prayer position below the face. And then we're going to lift ourselves up into a knee plank. So knees on the mat, curl the toes under. Inhale, lengthen the crown of the head long. Exhale, roll the shoulders away from the ears. Do you feel that huge latissimus dorsi activating on your back? Great. Press the sides of your hands into the mat, the sides of those arms, and lift the knees off the mat. Inhale. And then long exhale, just engaging all of those larger muscles, the glutes included. And then one knee down and then the other. And ease yourself, snake yourself down to the mat. And bring the crown of the head, bring the forehead down to the mat. Inhale and exhale. Let's wiggle the hips side to side. Nice reverberation through the body here. And then find stillness there, and then we'll roll the head side to side as well. Great. Let's do another, shall we, for fun. So let's come back up to those Sphinx arms prayer position, finding all those nice contact points with our solid earth, up to the knees, and then up to a plank. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Navel towards the spine. Great job. Come down to the knees and then ease yourself down again. One ear to the mat and sway the hips side to side again. Really nice belly sequence there, you guys. Good work. Let's come on up to a seat. Any seat you choose. And we'll just do some little flossing here with our shoulders. Fixing my hair moment. Great. Let's inhale the arms out to a T. Let's bring the shoulders up to the ears, stress them out, and release the stress away from the ears as you gaze over the right fingertips. Press the left hand into an imaginary wall. And feel the buzz along the arm, and then slide the left hand along the wall towards the back of your space. Trace that line, feel that aliveness of that left arm. Slide the left hand back along the wall, gaze forward, inhale, exhale, bring those eyes over the left fingertips and press the right hand into that imaginary wall. Do the slide back if you like. And as you gaze over those left fingertips, bring the distance gaze into your awareness so that you're keeping your eyes still on that distant point, even if it's not so distant, just something still and calm. Slide the hand back and come back to T arms. Let's just do a nice wingspan on the runway here. Tap down with the fingers and up. Now the shoulders should feel pretty free at this point. We've done a lot of nice work with them. But just to make sure, let's reach the arms up to the sky, reaching through the side waist, and then bring them down to cactus arms, nice wide palms, and then back with our thumbs. We're going to dip the thumbs behind us, pinkies up. Not good for drinking tea, apparently, but it's okay. Pinkies up, good here. And then let's hang laundry on the line with the forearms. And then back up and thumbs back. And then forward, hanging them down. And then just allow the arms to flop down as we switch to our dynamically twisted cat here. So we're going to take, just in case you need to cushion those legs, take a moment to do that. Make sure those kneecaps are on the edge of that blanket. And we'll take those wrists below the shoulders. Inhale into cat, arch up, And exhale. So use the eyes to guide this cat pose. So you're hanging the head down and you're gazing at your knees. And then as you transition into cow, curl the tailbone up and really travel along the spine into the arch before you change your eyes to look up. So look at the knees and then feel that curling through the mid spine and then look up into cow. Try that once more. So look up and then we're curling into cat. So just feel the curl before you look down and feel it travel up towards shoulder blades and then drop the head. Look at the knees. Follow your breath. And then we'll take the tailbone up and then begin to drop the heart space and then look up. So just notice that gradual approach and how that changes this pose. Let's come back to a neutral spine. We're reaching the crown of the head horizontally and feeling as we exhale nice and long, we're getting that the navel towards the spine. So we're activating the important core muscles there. Let's take our elbow to the side and right elbow to the side and fingertips towards the ear. And let's bring the gaze with us as we look up towards the sky and the elbow reaches up. But let's notice if we can balance that drink on our sacrum and maybe not, so adjust. And then our ribs come down and we're bringing the elbow to the left hand. Trace that line back up, dynamic twisted cat. Inhale here, exhale towards the hand. And inhale again, exhale. And the last one, we're going to reach the arm out. So lengthen that right arm, reach out and up and watch the hand, bring the eyes along, and then thread the right hand under the left arm, bring the right ear down to the floor, take the left hand in front of the face. Inhale, exhale, adjust your hips, maybe the right or the left hips hiking up. Draw it back towards the heels. And gently twist here as you bring your eyes to look up at the sky. You don't have to twist the neck, but if the eyes look up, then we're doing that eye yoga. Inhale, exhale, melts a little bit towards our earth. And then sweep open. Come back to a cat-cow. Inhale and exhale. And come back to neutral, navel towards the spine. Fortify through your exhale. Bend the left elbow, fingertips to the ear, and then we'll open up. Take a peek at the sky as you look up, and then bring that elbow to the right hand. Remember that beverage on your sacrum. Keep it nice and balanced. And inhale and exhale. We'll do another twist here. Sometimes it feels nice to do more on one side than the other. That's fine, whatever works for you. Inhale, lengthen the left arm. Watch that reach up and touch the clouds. And then we're going to curl and thread the left arm under the right armpit and the left ear down. So take the right hand next to the face and just press into the floor and feel that mid and upper spine twist. And the eyes look up to the side, up to the top, to the sky. Adjust your hips. Inhale deep into the belly and exhale. Let the release happen. Anything that feels uncomfortable in our practice, as always, you need to please customize for anything you need. Inhale, unthread yourself. And we're going to come towards our standing practice. So we're going to take a cat-cow before we go on up. Inhale, look down at those knees. Exhale, curl and take the opposite arch and then look up. Back to neutral. Let's take our down dog. Index fingers point towards the top of the mat, and we're going to lift the knees off the mat and pedal our feet. So take it right leg, left leg. Feeling that stretch through your hamstrings, lengthening the hamstrings. They just kind of shorten really easily, so we're always having to remind them, lengthen, lengthen, release the low back from its bondage. Feet are hip width apart, and we release again through the neck, and our gaze is soft. Inhale into full even tiptoes, bring the ribs to the thighs so we lengthen the spine, and then exhale the heels towards the floor. Keep it light through the hands as you press away in that diagonal. Exhale. If you have a blanket like I do underneath, you can just move it to the side and allow a walk towards the hands. So we can walk the feet towards the hands, towards the top of the mat. And keeping those feet hip width apart, let's sit back, bend the knees. So we sit back into a chair pose and sweep the arms behind us, drawing ourselves flat back, and then sweeping arms next to ears and peel up off the thighs. Imagine you're squeezing a block between the thighs. And just because we're so good at this, let's bring ourselves into prayer position in the hands. And as we stay in prayer, let's bring the thumbs to the third eye and then down to the heart. Exhale, and then press through the feet. Staying in prayer position, come on up to standing, bend the knees so we can soften our elevation. So nice. And then drop the hands, turn so that the wide edges of the mat are around you. And we're going to do our lovely tree prayer trace. We're going to pray for the trees. They need our help. Inhale, arms up into prayer position, hands above the head. First, just for practice in mountain, we're going to trace that line past the third eye and down to the heart. One more time, inhale, lengthen, feel the side waists lengthen. Let's take a sway here, side to side, just for fun. Lengthen our side bodies. Exhale to the right. Inhale up, exhale to the left. And then back up and sweep the arms, come down through the center line. We're tracing that line. And now if we can bring tree pose into this, keep that sense of your center and the gaze on that steady point in the distance. Inhale the right leg up into a right angle as you come into prayer above the head. And then open up the hip to the right. That right foot finds the inside of the left leg. Find the balance here, trace the line down past our beautiful third eye to the heart, and then allow the foot to sweep down to the floor as you change the weight to the right side. Arms up, lift that left knee, open up the hip to the side, left foot on, right leg, bring the prayer down. And two more rounds of this with your breath, moving meditation for our beautiful oxygenation machines, those trees. Thank you to our favorite kinds of trees, whatever that is. Mine, of course, is not a course, but it's redwood. I just love redwoods. Just fixing that there. Okay, come to the top of your mat. And we'll do our standing sequence. So our standing sequence is going to involve shifting our weight on different feet and also keeping the steady gaze. Since we're practicing eye muscles today. Make sure as you stand at the front of your mat, you've got some point that you're looking at that doesn't move. It's not your pet, for example. It's something in the distance that's nice and steady. So keep that steady gaze throughout this whole sequence. We're going to start with dancer pose. So take the weight to the left foot, your mind's eye to the left foot. And we're going to bend the right knee so that it's at a right angle. Standing strong in that tower on the left, lift the left arm next to left ear. Inhale. Exhale, reach the right hand back towards the right heel. All the time, keep the steady gaze. And touch the back of your heel and feel this reach as you lengthen in the inhale on that from the sideways. So keep the sideways even and just lengthen. You can grab your foot if that's comfortable for you. If not, just reach for it and hinge at your left hip forward, keeping those eyes of the heart and your actual eyes nice and steady. If you have your foot to hand contact, press the hand into the foot. And then we're going to release and come up. And we're going to reach our foot back behind us towards a warrior one. So we're coming back onto the back of the mat. And we're going to transition to a warrior one. Lift both arms up towards the sky. Keeping that length and the steady gaze as you find your way to your warrior one. So you can angle that back foot and bend the front knee. Find the steadiness here. Reaching the arms up, rolling shoulders away from the ears, taking any strain out of the shoulders. Reaching up, finding the strength here through the connection in the feet, strong legs. And then we're going to tiptoe forward and come to mountain pose. Now we're going to take our weight to the right foot and the right leg. So build that tower nice and strong. Great. And we'll take the left foot and sweep it in front and kickstand it on the other side of the right foot. So we're coming toward our eagle legs. Yeah, left over right. And we're going to squeeze those thighs together. Inhale, arms up towards the sky. And now left arm is coming under right as we take eagle arms. I can show this to the front just to help you out here. We're keeping the elbows and the shoulders at that even place. Squeeze the arms together. Your gaze is really steady with this one. You can take the balance to the right foot and just see if you can travel upward with your left foot, kind of tracing on the outside of the right, and sit back in an imaginary chair. I'll show it to the side, keeping that navel towards spine energy, tucking those low ribs in, strong core, strong gaze. Inhale and exhale, and you can sweep out of that, unwind the arms. We're going to come down to the mat. In a forward bend, you can bend the knees if you need to, dive down, wingspan, hinging at the hips. Hands find the floor, and we walk back to our down dog. Get some lovely hamstring stretch here, release the neck. And then walk the hands back to the feet. So we're taking the opposite walk here. And we're going to hinge up through a forward bend here. So take the fingertips to the floor, inhale into a flat back, bent knees. And if you want to straighten the legs and take another hamstring stretch, you can hang the head down or keep the knees bent. Inhale, exhale. And then take the hands to the hips, inhale into a flat back. So we're squeezing the legs together energetically as we hinge on up. And we're going to change our perspective by turning around and facing the front this way. Turning the back to the front. perspective, what lens we see through, all of those themes coming into play today as we do our standing sequence. So let's take our dancer pose from here, bend the left knee and to that right angle, onto the right foot, build the tower, engage the glutes, please. Inhale the right arm next to right ear, reach the left hand back towards the left heel. And yes, find length here before we hinge. Find your foot or just touch the foot and hinge at the right hip. Reaching forward with your steady gaze. Pressing hand into foot if you have that action going. And then as you release back up, see if you can just transition to that balancing stick and then reach that left foot back, arms up, keep it long, keep the arms next to the ears and find your way to warrior one. Inhaling, lengthening, exhaling, dropping that tailbone down and keeping the hips even. So we say drop the tailbone because we're just lengthening that low back, keeping that compression out of it, engaging the supporting muscles. And then fly forward. We're going to open to our wingspan and then tiptoe forward to our mountain pose. Find mountain. Inhale and exhale. And now we'll take the weight to the left. We're going to kickstand across, tracing a line right leg over left. I'll do this forward. Inhale the arms above the head. And then bring the right arm under the left to eagle arms. Find your center, keeping that gaze forward. And if you want to travel and slide, slink on up that right foot along the left leg, squeezing the energy of the legs together, sit back in that chair. So we use all our skills from chair pose to take it to one leg. And always keep that other foot on the floor if you need to. Find your breath. And then sweep out of it when you are ready. Roll the shoulders back. Roll the shoulders forward, carving out so much new space in our shoulders and upper back today. Let's take a different perspective from our chair pose, standing in mountain pose. Arms up above the head. Let's bring prayer position down past the third eye, that beautiful image. As you pass the third eye, remember that gorgeous image you were thinking of. Bring it back. And then down to the heart, and then sit back in the chair. Okay, stay strong here in the mountains. Squeeze that block between the thighs, imaginary. And then we're going to twist only the ribs and our gaze and the neck over to the left. So keep the hips steady. And then twist to the right. If you come back to neutral and you want to go a little lower, please don't pressure yourself, but if you want to, you can do that. And twist to the right. And twist to the left. And then come back to neutral and just drape the spine down, hands to the floor. Walk the feet back to a down dog, or I'll give you the choice of plank here if you want to bring some extra core action into your practice today. 2 breaths here. If you're in down dog, just enjoy that hamstring stretch. If you're in plank, squeeze those glutes. And rock back to down dog if you're not there already. Bring the knees down to the mat as we come down for some more floor work and slide back to child's. So take that forehead down again. Let's enjoy the therapy of the dark on our eyes. Close those eyes. Reach the arms next to the ears. Hips to heels. Curl in. Enjoy the sanctuary as we close the eyes. Maybe the eyes feel a little more relaxed. Just part of the practice. Roll the head side to side, and we're going to roll the whole spine. So roll it out like you would on a baking surface where you roll it out. Roll the dough out. Inhale and exhale. And we're going to recline. So whatever way you want to find to that recline. Feet to the floor. Bend the knees. Yeah, great. Oh, take the knees together, feet wide apart. Feel the back release to the floor, palms to the sky. Take a little tour here. And give our knees a hug. Wrap your arms around the legs. And if you want to bring your forehead to the knees, tuck the chin in real tight towards the sternum. Squeeze in. And then release. Take the feet down to the floor. Take the hands to the thighs and press towards the heels. You can decompress the low back. And then drop the hands to the floor and lift the hips up into a bridge. And then the arms up above the ears, reach. And then reach up again, bring it down. Hug the knees in, inhale. If you want to bring the forehead to the knees, hug it into a ball. And release the feet down, press down on your thighs towards the heels. That should feel good. If it doesn't, just ease off and release the pressure. Arms down to the mat, press down, lift the hips up to the sky. And then the arms, and then above next to the ears. And as you reach into this bridge, feel the back of your skull on the mat. Feel the back of your eyes. And feel the back of your third eye. And then reach the arms up to the sky. Snake yourself back down. Hug in. Knees to chest. And then the feet come back down. Exhale, hands to the thighs. Press away towards the heels. And release. Oh, so nice. Let's take a figure four. Watching with our eyes, seeing our figure four shape. Take the left ankle to the right thigh. Even out your hips by bringing the awareness to the sacrum and just imprinting the sacrum on the mat. Notice the difference when you activate that sacrum action. Inhale the right thigh towards you. Hug the back of the right thigh. And feel free to just take a little rocking side to side. I mean, this is a mini rocking, like very mini style. So we can remind those glute muscles, deep muscles to release. And stillness as we reach the right foot towards the sky, getting a little hamstring stretch here. Press the thigh into the hands into the thigh. That's different. And then release your hands and activate core action. And watch that figure four. We have actually made the four here. Inhale and exhale, bend the right knee. Bring the foot down. Unwind as we take it to the other side, left foot down. Inhale, right knee. up, right ankle to left thigh. Inhale and exhale and imprint your sacrum. And then hug the left knee forward towards the face. And gently, that mini rocking here. You can also do mini circles. Keep it the micro just so we can protect our knees. Find a nice solid place, stillness, and then lift the left leg to the sky. Inhaling as you become aware of that left heel, exhaling, dropping the energy like a sandbag into your left hip. And then if you want to press the left thigh into the hands into the thigh, will lengthen. And then you can release the hands and hold this shape. Lengthen your exhale. Beautiful. Bend that leg. Bring the foot down. Oh, so nice. Release the foot, both feet evenly on the mat. Let's bridge up one more time, pressing the arms into the floor, lifting the hips up, and bringing our stargazing eyes up. And then arms next to ears. And then snaking ourselves down. Beautiful. Oh, beautiful bridge building there. Let's roll directly onto our left side, bringing our knees together and bringing the right palm on top of left. And we're going to take our archer twist. So pulling back the bow and arrow, keeping the gaze nice and steady. We're going to take the right fingertips across the left arm to the chest, and then elbow to the right as we pull the bow and arrow. And then we'll bring our gaze over, unfolding the right elbow out to T-arms and looking over the right side. And then bend the elbow again, travel across the chest, back to the left hand. 2 more rotations here. Unfurling and following with your eyes. We're adding so much mobility to our upper spine today. Should make life a lot more comfortable. Let's take ourselves over to the other side. Then left hand on top of right. Let's take that same archer action with the arms and the eyes. Allow that long exhale to melt the back body towards the floor. Such a great, delicious twist. Add another rotation if you'd like. And roll onto the back. We'll just take one more. We'll trip with the windshield wipers, knees together, feet wide apart. Draw the right knee down towards the left foot and then back up again and the other side. And let's coordinate up on top. We'll take our thumbs to the elbow creases, elbows opposite side from the knees. And then the head side to side away from the elbows. And the eyes side to side follow the elbows. Just enjoy the nuances here. There's so many little points of connection that get attention with this pose. Oy, so nice. And then come back to center. Release the arms. So release yourself as if you're releasing into the sand on the beach, the warm sand beneath you. Sink right into it with the legs straightened out. And feel the warmth behind the back there. Feel the shape of the sand absorb your body. Flop the feet out to the side and feel every groove that you've created in the sand, the shape of you. Coming back to that breath, that affirming breath. A gentle nodding here, just a few times, bringing that positivity, inviting in what you need to invite in. And then find stillness. Bringing ourselves to the third eye, that image of beauty that you had before, or change it up to some other beautiful image. Find your inhale and your exhale. And focus on this beauty. That meditation of finding a focal point and spending a few breaths with that image. Our minds will try to drift away. Bring it back to the next breath, that beautiful image. Two more rounds of breath. And take that beauty with you into your day. Wiggle the fingers and the toes and bend the elbows and the knees. Rolling easily onto your side. Just use your hands to help you up. Allow the head to droop down until you last lift up. Hands to heart in prayer position. So thankful to be with you today. Thanks for practicing with me. Namaste.